It's 2022, which means it is time for the annual Bring It and Leave It video. I'm going to discuss things from 2021 that WWE should bring back into 2022, while also talking about the shitty things that should stay behind in 2021. With that being said, let's get right into the video. John Cena is the first thing on this list because he's John Cena. We saw him return to WWE in 2021 despite having an extremely busy schedule. Although he only appeared for about a month, his feud with Roman Reigns was prominent. It was one of the best things to happen last year, and I really hope that he comes back in 2022. WWE should make it a priority to have him featured at WrestleMania and SummerSlam. John Cena just makes WWE so much better, and quite frankly, it is weird without him. That is why he must be brought into 2022, otherwise I will be very upset. Because of the pandemic, the WWE was forced to create the Thunderdome in order to continue their weekly live television program. The Thunderdome was a unique setup and most certainly saved the WWE. However, I don't think I want to see that ever again. It was in WWE from August of 2020 all the way through July of 2021, and let's just hope that the pandemic doesn't get bad again, making WWE bring back the Thunderdome. Speaking of the Thunderdome, the WWE needs to bring back the fans in 2022. This kind of goes hand in hand with the last one, but I just wanted to briefly talk about it. Seeing the fans return in July of last year was special. It showed the power of the WWE universe and how much better they make professional wrestling. The electric reactions make the product significantly better. Like I said in the previous section, I really hope the pandemic does not get out of hand, making WWE wrestle in front of an empty arena. We need the fans back in 2022 to make this a great year for WWE. I've said this before in some past videos, and I'll say it again. The entire Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville storyline makes little to no sense, especially around Survivor Series time. What is the point of booking a Raw vs. SmackDown card for that pay-per-view if Adam Pearce is essentially the general manager of both shows? I don't understand why WWE just can't have one of them play as the Raw GM while the other one acts as a SmackDown general manager. That would make things a lot more simple. If they don't do that, you might as well leave them behind in 2021 and just make Sonya Deville a wrestler. Ponytail babyface Brock Lesnar has been the greatest thing about WWE in the second half of 2021 ever since making his return at SummerSlam. He's been a blast and he needs to return with this character. WWE already paired him up with Heyman again, as we saw on Raw last night, but that seems like a mistake. Brock Lesnar does not need his advocate anymore. That entire duo has been played out for far too long. We've seen them together doing the same thing year after year after year, and I hope that Lesnar returns to being by himself because that was such good shit, as Vince McMahon would say. Alexa Bliss's partnership with The Fiend seemed like a really cool idea when it was first introduced. In reality, it was a horrible pairing that pretty much led to the destruction of Bray Wyatt's character and his eventual release. Alexa Bliss was then given the mantle of the Fiend character with a twist, and I hated everything about it. In 2022, the WWE needs to let go of that character. In fact, let go of anything that includes a supernatural element. That needs to stop immediately. Bad Bunny was a pleasant surprise in 2021. Nobody had high expectations for his in-ring debut at WrestleMania 37, and by the end of it, you can make the argument and say that he stole the show during that weekend. Bad Bunny was perfect for WWE. He helped the company reach a new audience, and he put on a show in his match against John Morrison and The Miz. I think I speak for everybody when I say that he needs to come back for WrestleMania 38 if he is available. I would love to see him wrestle in another match. Bad Bunny is always welcome back to WWE from the wrestlers in the back as well as the fans. He is a true gem to pro wrestling. This one is pretty simple. The WWE have been releasing superstar after superstar after superstar, and they released around 80 wrestlers in 2021, including some big names like Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and Keith Lee. they need to stop letting go of so much talent. There aren't too many great wrestlers left on the roster anymore, and it makes no sense to release such good athletes who could have been big stars for your show. Bianca Belair saw a huge push in 2021 where she became a superstar in my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. She is the best women's wrestler right now in any promotion. She's the best women's wrestler on the planet is what I'm saying. Her booking was also really well done. She can cut some great promos, and she's the best women's wrestler in the ring due to her wild athletic ability. Bianca's push needs to come over into the new year, and she needs to defeat Becky Lynch for the title at WrestleMania, having a long dominating reign. Nakamura is the worst champion of all time. When he's given the US or the IC title, this man literally does nothing. Like when I say that, he literally doesn't even defend the title. He doesn't show up on TV, and we need to leave him as champion in 2021. Somebody like Sheamus, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, or Ricochet should be the IC champion in 2022. Many people were really sad to find out that Vince McMahon revamped NXT, but I think NXT 2.0 has been a massive success. There are so many great guys that they've been building that are going to be huge for the company in the future. Braun Breaker is the first name that comes to mind. When I look at someone like him, I see the next face of the company, and I really mean that. AJ Styles spent a majority of 2021 in a tag team with Omos, even winning the titles at WrestleMania. While the tag team duo was entertaining, it needed to come to an end. Thankfully, they have been broken up, and I hope that this does not lead to another tag team featuring AJ Styles, because he's so much better in singles competition, and he needs to return there so he can thrive. In the beginning of last year, Cesaro was getting a huge push by WWE. He got his first singles match at WrestleMania where he defeated Seth Rollins. Then he was involved in a feud with Roman Reigns, having an awesome singles match with him at WrestleMania Backlash. This was the first push that he received that was legit, and I think it needs to be brought back into 2022, especially since the SmackDown roster is very thin. I want to see the man become a world champion this year. Charlotte's days as the champion need to come to an end because honestly, she's just really boring right now. Sasha Banks should defeat her, becoming the champion again this year. I'd like to see Banks hold the title for most of 2022. Xavier Woods and Big E both got a huge push in 2021 respectively. It was really special to see it because they've waited so long for their time to come, and it is happening right now in front of our eyes. Big E won the Money in the Bank briefcase and then became the WWE champion, which was great, and Xavier Woods became King of the Ring. Both had great accomplishments and should be a main focus for WWE in 2022. I don't want to ever see zombies in WWE ever again. Please keep that behind in 2021. And the last thing that WWE needs to bring in 2022 is the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. He's our reigning, defending Universal Heavyweight Champion, and his booking has been excellent, and he feels like a true megastar. The WWE must carry over all the momentum into 2022. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I will see you all in the next video.